But what's very interesting, and this is, okay, I'm going to tell you something about me. I've dated 2 girls who have brought a lot of masculine energy. So, depolarization is like, okay, we're the man, we're supposed to be masculine, but we're about here. Still got some, masculine traits and stuff, but we're here. Like, we've got a lot of feminine traits as well. And, the woman, she's supposed to be feminine, but she's about here, so you're here, right? I've been in 2 sort of, not really relationships, dating situations where it's been more like this, where I've genuinely felt like she's actually more masculine than me. She's actually thinking more about work and goals and everything than I am. And I'm thinking more about her. And I'm like the little bitch at home. No, you can see I'm not happy about the situation. And again, a lot of people can tell you, oh, but it's authentic. No, it's not. Bro, the majority of men don't want to be in this situation. Let me tell you from my personal experience, the first girl that I was in this situation with who was more masculine than I was, she was very beautiful. I hooked up with her in university. Like, I went on a night out, then saw her and everything. She was so attractive that I had so much like social validation for being the guy that I was sleeping with her. Literally, if I was with her in the club, guys would come, oh my God, bro, she's so fit and everything. It's a little bit disrespectful if a guy coming to say that, but even my friends as well will be messaging, oh my God, she's so attractive and everything. And so I had that level of social validation. Okay, she was by then the most attractive girl that I had been with. I'm just going to tell you the fucking truth, all right? I struggled to get hard with her. Honestly, imagine being with the most attractive girl of your life by this point. So maybe I'm 20 years old, and imagine not being able to get hard with her. And at the time I thought, oh yeah, because I just feel really shy and stuff because she's so attractive. And when I look back now, it's so weird that she was a very attractive girl, but after spending some time with her and the time I would spend with her, I wasn't attracted to her. How interesting is that? She was the most attractive girl, like, out of 10, a 7.5 or an 8, which of course isn't extremely high at the time, but like when you're fucking 20 years old and it's pretty nice. Imagine a girl who's like, very attractive and you just aren't attracted to her. Why? Because our energy was just so fucking off. And so there was so many times where I'd be like, getting ready to have sex with her. And my dick, bro, would be literally just fucking just pure soft. Like, not even, like it's soft, but it's got a bit of length right now. It's kind of like it was soft and it was just cold. Like that kind of like fucking size, bro. Imagine getting the most attractive girl of your life and your dick not even getting hard for her. And it wasn't because you were just a little bit, insecure or shy and intimidated. It was more that you just weren't attracted to her. What's very interesting was that I was never like truly, in a relationship with her. We were never exclusive. We were just kind of like somewhat going on dates, but mostly just hooking up. And so we were never exclusive. And so I was sleeping with other girls. And I specifically remember this, that there was 2 other girls. So I was sleeping with 3 girls like at the same time. And there was 2 other girls that I would be sleeping with who I remember they would come up to my university flat, my room. And I remember that by the time they had walked into my room and we had maybe just, just seen eye contact, I'm standing up to go like say hello to her or, start fucking. Before we had done anything sexual, these 2 other girls, at separate times, I'm horny, I'm texting one girl and then she comes up on Friday, Saturday, you know what I mean? Like, I sound like he's a fuckboy and stuff. Like, if you've watched my videos, like my life is very different now compared to how it was. 2 of the girls would come up and quite literally, bro, just upon making eye contact with them and also, the psychological belief of, oh yeah, they're coming up to have sex, my dick would be rock hard. And with girls who like weren't as attractive, they were still, pretty attractive, but just not to that same level as the other girls. So how interesting is that with the most attractive girl of my life by then, I didn't really feel a level of attraction to her. Whereas with other girls, I was so attracted to them where like there was such a night and day difference between my like sexual capability. And I didn't really know this back then. I kind of thought, oh yeah, well, she's really hot and so I'm insecure. I'm a little bit shy and stuff. But I wasn't actually shy. When I look back at it, I wasn't shy about this other girl. I just wasn't attracted to that energy. And so what happened with that, the main girl that we're talking about who was more masculine. I can tell you one night, for example, like we stayed over, we went to a club or something, we stay over and like so many times this would happen where like I'd wake up and she'd already be awake, like working on her little project that she was doing, some like art class or some shit. She was like working on her project already and almost like looking at me, almost like I was a little bit like lazy and come on, like she's busy, like can you go now? I was like that little weak guy who's waking up late and almost disturbing her work. And so, I'd wake up and, she needs to focus and stuff. Okay, fair enough. So I'd go back to my place and just kind of like think about her. It's not a good dynamic to be in. And it's not, at least in my perception, it's not like an attractive like relationship with a woman to have. So that was a few years ago when I was in university. And when I got a little bit older, age 23, 24, I started dating, other girls. I remember another girl who, for example, I dated She wasn't so much in her masculine energy, but I was still quite in my feminine. I was still quite like obsessively thinking about her, especially when there was like problems in the relationship. So you might be able to relate to this. If there's any kind of like problem in the relationship, you've just had like an argument or something, you can't help but to like not focus on anything else. You're in the gym thinking about her. You're trying to do work, study, whatever, and you're thinking about her instead. And like your mind's just like elsewhere. And you know, that's kind of normal. It's the way of things, but it's not ideal at all when you think about it. So about 1 year ago, I was pretty successful already. I had about 100,000 subscribers. I was a very fast growing channel at this point. What's interesting is that I had this level of success, and yet I was still obsessing over other things. I was still thinking about girls and love. And it was at this point that I started putting in a lot more intention into learning about masculinity and femininity. And I've spent about a year learning this stuff before I've made this video. So I hope that there's going to be like some life-changing value. And I do believe that I have a very good level of understanding of this. One thing which I think is the single best reward, like, you know, the benefit of this journey, at least for me, was that for most of my life up until about a year ago, I was just not really motivated to like do work or be productive. I didn't want to study. I didn't want to even like, you know, business work. Even on my YouTube channel, like I didn't want to do the work. I was always focused on other things. And so I always wanted to work as little as possible. Now, if you're watching this video and you kind of know my story already, you'll know this already. Like I've placed a big emphasis on working as little as possible through most of my journey. And now when I tell you that things are the exact opposite and I feel so happy about it, it's incredible. So 1 year after fully committing myself into learning masculine and feminine energy, I can't work enough. And I know that in the modern day, a lot of people, you know, like depolarized feminine men think that's a bad thing. Like, oh, well, you know, working is not good for you. You should like take time off to enjoy yourself and stuff. Bro, imagine you wake up and the first thing you think about is creative ideas for your goal. Imagine that you literally feel motivated every single day to do your work. I can't wait. This is the most productive I have ever been in my entire life. The most disciplined I have ever been in my entire life. This is the most, like, my success in everything I'm doing is compounding and it feels fucking incredible. Finally, I feel proud of myself. Finally, I feel like I can actually say to myself, to you, I'm working very hard. I wake up at 4:45 every single morning and I start writing my book. So I'm writing a book. I'm going to be publishing it soon within 1 to 2 months. And I wake up at 4:45 and start writing straight away, straight to it. I write about 1,000 words every single morning. I wish you could almost observe the life that I'm living now compared to the life that I was living just a year ago, 2 years ago, because it's so fucking different. I'm focused on my work for 95% of the day. And what's very beautiful about this, which we'll speak more about, is that my girl, for 95% of the day, she's thinking about me. I'm masculine, I'm focused on my work. She's feminine, she's focused on me. And that feels fucking awesome. I feel like I'm masculine dominance. I'm a leader. I'm guiding her. It's so, so good, honestly.